of
Welcome back here on Zoom for the full video. So just to get you caught up, we're still talking most memorable moments as one of mine, and as Tyler has now also entered the group. And Frank should be joining us back here any moment now.
Said he's not going to.
Okay.
Frank said he has back. Yeah.
But I think
Alright,
like
so I think
touch
he's
on
just
that
gonna come through the video.
supplies with that. Like, definitely, not only did we fight this enemy, he's a strong MF, or we're gonna like try to like take him out. And when we did, to reveal an Iron Maiden Sapphirus, and that's where the Iron Maiden came from. That's what your fate turned into, and you were pretty much a puppet for Strahd until we beat you. And
Right,
pretty
and
much said thank
for
you.
those of you that are getting caught up on the video here, we're referring to some of our most memorable moments. This one being mine was when I had to face off my old character Sapphirus, literally dealing with my own creation. It was how it played up to it. And it was, we knew who it was, but we weren't sure because they kept saying, "I know you," but we couldn't tell because he still had the helmet on.
Yeah.
And then what happened next is when he teleported you, Noah, off the battlefield, and then that really made things interesting. And then with how Frank did the storytelling thing, made it a lot more interesting. As you're fighting to try to get back, meanwhile, Zior and I are literally fighting tooth and nail because Zior was down for that one because of Strahd, and Havela is there.
No, that was after.
I was after?
I was shot during the fight.
No,
Okay.
because it started out with "I know you," and he didn't seem to want to fight me at first, but then he's kind of like, "But I have to." Didn't know who Noella was, so struck at her.
That's a good one.
I knew him. I just didn't know him very well. The only thing I knew of him was the fact that he used to make stupid decisions, and that's why I
We
didn't
had
like him.
Sapphirus when we were Noella.
Yeah, as I said, I knew her. Or knew him.
Real quick before we get on, moving on with that story there, Frank said, and here's two more for you. The Raven Queen stepping in a couple episodes ago.
We talked about that.
Yep. And even Strahd's Castle and leaving and the four little old dragons and stopping them.
Yeah, the dragons. That was pretty cool. I do agree with that. But yeah, we already touched on the aspect of
Raven Queen.
the Raven Queen and whatnot. I mean, we didn't really talk about the Raven Queen, but we said the whole tearjerker aspect of it. So, without going into detail, so you people can go back and watch it or rewatch it. Yeah, that was definitely that was something else.
That one wasn't that long ago. That was what, 3
sessions
episodes ago?
Yeah, something like that. That's whenever Noella had a absolute change of heart too, and went from being a
Frank, that's
player
pretty much the same thing.
to a great player.
Havela's last minutes with the group.
Yeah, we were.
That's the same.
I wonder
Yeah.
with what he means that Havela's last moments was before she changed.
Ooh. That's an
Because
interesting turn of events there.
Whenever he got back to the topic the next time we came in, compared to what he said was he just changed her. What originally happened was she was standing there staring at everybody else, and Puck went behind her and pretty much had a dagger and held her pretty much like she was a hostage, and like, okay, we're gonna change you. It looked like he was gonna kill her, and everybody was just like, oh crap, what's happening? And then he's like, let's try this.
Now, see, with that being said, I actually, if you don't mind, Timber, I want to hijack your show for a second.
Uh-oh.
Because Noella and Porkchop, we have kind of a really big question. And I'm not trying to come off as the mean Noella. I'm trying to come off as the confused, concerned, and slightly feels rather jaded about something. Eivor.
I had a feeling I know what the question is.
Well, you more than likely do.
Hang on, let me switch to gallery mode so both screens are up for this.
You more than likely do know the question. But I'm going to ask it anyway. Whenever you were told that you could change the fate of yourself or somebody else in your party, you were specifically told that you could change your fate or somebody else in your party, what was the reasoning behind it that you decided to save yourself, knowing that you were not going to die? You just decided to save yourself. You decided to self-preserve yourself.
Well, actually, during then, I really, like, at that moment, I thought, like, I don't know if I'm correct or not, but I thought that the option was to change the fate regarding changing our form, as in, like, changing the race. And I thought about it for a moment, like, if I was in my shoe, like, I can understand, like, the form change is going to last for a long time, but memories can't come back over time. And again, I thought at that moment, the fate change, it only affected the form of changing. Like, you can prevent your form from being changed. And I thought that no matter what the outcome was, our memories of the three players would still have been affected. So there you ask the question, would you rather be like, would you have your memory still but in a different body? Or would you have your same body but have no idea of your past?
All right,
I don't know what's about the Greeks, honestly.
because
Used to have that.
the way that Noella is looking at the situation right now is, you have absolutely, in her eyes, you have betrayed my trust, and you have betrayed me and Kavela and Sevenak, and that is two people that I absolutely cared about with every extent of my entire existence. And, like, this isn't between me and you, so don't think that I hate you for it or anything.
It's
right?
between the character and character.
Right, it's literally a character and character. So, like, the way that Noella's looking at it is, honestly, that you were very cowardly. And instead of helping somebody in your party that you clearly seen had the like a very big toll and very big tone upon me and Sibanak with losing her, with you not deciding to use the gift that you were given to save her and save yourself, it makes me look at you more along the lines of you will turn your back on us because you didn't give everything that you could have given to help somebody else. Because, like I've already previously said with my character, I literally was going to lay my life 100% down, 100% on the line to save Victor and what was her name?
Oh, jeez.
I can't remember her name, but
His fiance.
yeah, his fiance. I was absolutely going to lay my life down for both of them. So to me, in gameplay, I just feel as if you didn't stand up for the right cause.
That can be understandable. And in a sense, like for my character, practically you're the only person he actually knows. Like the rest of the party practically is strangers. So he like not being there for long, he may not have picked up that emotional bond just yet. And he also and in another respect, he had to worry about his Albert Cup, which I explain real quick. Avar was actually orphaned as a child. He never knew who his parents was. And during the Espinal campaign, he found the Albert Cub in his situation as an orphan, with the Albert Cub's mother actually dead due to the cold. So as part of the mindset, he knew that he needed to do whatever he can just to protect someone he actually knows well, someone he knows by heart, which practically the Albert Cub is almost like his son in a sense.
And Havela was like my daughter. So, as of honest to God, like not trying to be that person, but as of right now, you're on some pretty thin ice with Noella.
All right.
Well, what kind of thin ice? Like ice vanilla thin ice or like Antarctica thin ice?
He got you there. Anyway, a question from the DM. He said, "What about the most fearful moment so far, where you felt your character's death was coming?"
Oh, I can easily answer this, especially with last session, because when the spider bit me, I was paralyzed and incapacitated for an hour at first. And my Albert Cup, he was already being attacked by one of the spiders. And since I saw like the majority of the party started to go outside and away, I kind of okay. My character and my Albert Cup might be dying here today. They might be dying now. Because it was not looking pretty good at first. It really wasn't.
Right. So, we're gonna jump over to Arian real quick because we forgot her on the last question.
We can get back to that question.
But I'll let you do the double. We'll give you a double dose in this one. And so, your most memorable moment of the campaign so far, whether you're playing or you've listened for most of it, and question I just asked: when did you feel like the character was?
Memorable moments for me are the lake part with Noella, because I was literally like, guys, sus. This is extremely sus. There was definitely when the boss got nuked right after I passed out, and I did my first saving throw, and I passed my first saving throw, and then the boss got nuked, so I couldn't do my other two, and so I ended up dying because Viking nuked the boss. Like, why couldn't you nuke it before I passed out, man? Just how the dice
Why
roll.
didn't you use that earlier?
That's how the cookie rolls. That's cookies.
Because I have never played a
Dice
cleric at all.
Ugh.
It's not as
forgetting
easy as
about-
it looks, though, is it?
No, it's not. Divine intervention, you have to roll below your level. So, you roll your percentile die, and you can. It's 0 to 100.
Uh-huh.
So you've literally got less than, at the time, a 10% chance of rolling anything under a 10.
And you rolled all zeros,
Yes.
which was amazing.
And then I was mad after that because I was like, I got nuked for no reason, and I didn't even get to revive my character.
Yep.
And then of course there's the introduction of my new one, who's like,
What?
what is going on? Because
Those are
I just
impressive.
came out of nowhere.
That's not spicy.
I don't want to hear this from the man who can eat like freaking ghost pepper chilies. Is that problem? I really, really don't, because I'm sure if I put that in my face, I would literally.
Scrolling up a tree.
Anyway, sorry. Yeah. But those are pretty much the memorable moments for me. I don't have too many of them because
most of the time I was busy trying to figure out what it was that I was going to do. So I was like, okay, what am I going to do? Does it make sense for me to do this thing? No. Okay, we're gonna do something else. And then most of the would-be memorable parts I wasn't able to see.
Pleasure character, but like from
Like even as
even as a
someone that
viewer.
was watching and listening in the background. Because I can't tell you how many episodes that you're sitting in the background playing the puzzle and we just see your head pop up randomly.
Yeah, I do make some pretty good size.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on, still with the same question, we'll move over the shot.
Oh, well, wait, what was the other question?
When
Because I
did you
didn't
feel like
answer
your
the
character's death was?
When Frank messaged me and was like, "Hey, I need you to roll," and I was like, "No! What about my saves?"
He's like,
And I
"Oh,
was
yeah."
like, "Crap! Oh no, this must mean I'm dead." And I was like, "Okay, well, he rolled the saving throws for no reason. I guess this is what we're doing now." So that's when I felt my character's death was upon her. Is when I got message, "Hey, you need to roll."
Yeah. So,
Okay.
Sorry, not to be off topic, but he's got the hot ones sauce chips, where they like halfway up the pepper level, and you just it bit the tip of my tongue just with one chip.
She's hard.
It's hot. I like the flavor. That's hot.
Drink some ranch. I have sour cream and milk, should you need it.
It kicks off with
I know you're fine, but
bone grinder when I'm climbing down a place, bleeding out and going like this, leading kids to the woods and dragging Sipanak with me while I'm half alive, and seeing Strahd's right hand man thinking there's just some guy in the woods like, hey, we need help. And yeah, didn't know it was him. And I guess the other time was when Frank was like, as soon as the yes part happened, I was like, oh, this would be kind of cool, you know? Avela as a soul knight. How cool would that be? Because I have already half coverage, and anytime I hide behind something, you don't know where my weapons are coming out, and I just use my energy at their nuts. I already
yeah, and you were literally going to hide behind
I got really quick with like learning how to do the soul knight. Really quick on that because I already learned the road. It wasn't hard at all. But then whenever he's like roll these dice, he had me roll 2 d20s. He had me roll d8 or d4. And apparently I rolled 1 dice, and he's like, "Cool, you're a monk. Oh, and these d20s you roll high enough to take any race you want." And yeah, the other dice just fixed this scenario that you guys talked about. So I gave him the, not a lot of people know the Excalibur phase, but the pretty much the real one. Whenever he's like monk, I'm like, I did monk, and it's broken when you play with the rapid.
I forgot you did that because that
She
was for the
broke
one
because
shot.
they can go back and forth like that, and
Yep.
then use key points to go back and forth to extend their movement. And yeah, I already knew I was probably gonna lose Avela, and I was told not to say anything beforehand. That
Yeah, because secrets make fucking friends, huh?
I was not allowed to tell because I had to be genuine. But I had the thing of cool, so we can go one of 2 ways. You can still look like Havela, when the smoke clears, they see Havela. It's not Havela. Havela doesn't remember anything. Or if you remember, you take a good breaks. So if Havela would have remembered, she would have been a high up, acting like a 5-year-old.
So not much of a difference from now. All right, Viking. How about you, Owen?
When did you think you were gonna die? Every session.
Pretty much.
Last session.
I mean, when has Zero not walked out of a battle fucking from being unconscious yet?
I think you've had 1 or 2.
Hey, you got me, baby. You're fine.
I was definitely worried about Carmine there in the beginning because I was like, my hit points went down, and I was like, I need healed.
Got healed a little bit, let's go to sleep, and all of a sudden, spiders.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, bro, I got 6
But-
freaking points of health right now.
With mine, I feel as if, once again, the questions that are being asked are very loaded questions. But,
Oh, I want to know your answer for this one, and I'll give mine as well. Oh, I wish Scoop would have jumped back on, but I know he had.
yeah,
he
he's
was
got to be
going
at work. Oh, no, he's got the first.
He got the Rona.
We got the Ronas. But basically, I have a 2-part to this one. Yeah, any time that I see Fangy McDickface.
Well, that's going to lead into the next question that Frank had, and so hold on to that thought.
Okay, well then I'm just gonna. Okay, then I'll give you this one first. Then, whenever we got to Ricky Tikki Tavi's house, and we're about to leave, and he was about to fix me, everything was gonna be fine. The curse was gonna be gone, and everything was going to be awesome. We opened up the door, and we heard the damn screams and yells and howls of what, 17 or 16 different wolves.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the very first time that Noella damn near shit herself.
And we were gonna go back in, the door shut on
Yeah.
right behind us.
It was literally a walkout, just, I'm gonna get fixed! Shit! Shit! I'm gonna die. So that was probably the very first time that Noella was
When-
actually terrified for her
When
life.
Noella was actually ready to fuck right off.
It's about the difference. But
Anyway,
then, like I said, the second part of that is every time I see Fangface, because I know that he has a liking to me very well.
so I guess that leaves me for that question.
I need your
Sapphirus,
your persuasion.
the early times with Sapphirus, it was just about any real big battle we were going to get into. I felt like he was going to drop, and that would have been it. And then Bone Grinder happened, and my fears were realized is when Zior and I tried to burn that place to the ground, and
I still say you guys should have listened to Zior. I mean,
Hey, but at least got the hits out.
burn it with fire.
Sorry, ADHD kicked in and I started thinking something.
But with Ryo, I really don't. I really haven't. I can't think of a time that I like. Yep, this is how I die.
Spiders.
No, not even then.
Okay.
Because going off of Zior's method, burn it with fire.
We didn't have a fire.
You did.
Right.
I can honestly say that I think with the last one with the spiders and whatnot, and this is literally going to be me tooting my own horn on this one, I think that the reason why some people weren't actually like, oh shit, is because they knew I got them. Like, got your back, bro.
The
You're good.
only thing that was good, I think Steven would have said that a moment he thought he would have died is if instead of his hologram being out there, and if there was a we're teleporting, can't say no. As if the hologram wasn't the hologram and it was actually Sivanak. He's like, we're all transporting, can't say no, go. Because he rolled that, you'd have been like,
Like,
Oh yeah, that would have sucked.
that would have killed him.
All right, so Frank has a question, and I'm going to get it on with the next question here. It's a two-parter. He goes, "What's everyone's mindset at right now? With the new characters in the party, and the knowing, and those that are still standing, not knowing if Robin or Strahd would jump in at any time."
I'd like to take this one first because I'm going to kind of reiterate myself. You know, where we're going from here, we're walking a fine line.
Oh yeah.
So at any moment, at any given time, anything can fucking happen. We're descending into the pits of madness and hell simultaneously. So I don't know if I'm speaking for everybody on this one, but I'm assuming the same mindset is for everybody. Anything can fucking happen. It's all at chance right now.
I have to agree with you on that one. And
I same here. I mean, the only difference I can tell is that everyone could say let it go all the time they want to, but Yeah, pretty much anything can literally happen. I mean, that's when Bell, a dragon coming and kill the entire party. When here, a red power overlord coming and kill the entire party. It's that dangerous, and anything can happen at this point. And at some points, I feel like the thing we need to focus as of this moment is the overall group survival. At times, that's how dangerous it can easily become.
I have a different answer to that.
Really?
Confusion. I don't know Strahd. I don't know Robin or Puck. I don't know whoever.
Oh.
I don't know anybody.
Tom?
Yeah, so you remember how
I literally limped into existence. So I don't know Strahd. I have no idea what's going on.
All she knows is
you
there's
just-
I'm-
Along for the ride.
I'm being attacked. These people are helping to make sure I don't die. That's the only I'm following them because I have nowhere else to go. I have no idea what's going on. I'm just going with the flow because I have literally there is no information that my character knows. I would literally somebody needs to like sit down and explain the entire thing in order for her to even remotely understand what's going on. Because people are randomly showing up and she's like, "Are you friend? Are you foe? We're talking to each other. I don't know who you are." So she's not immediately going to attack anybody because she doesn't know who they are. She doesn't like. So everybody's like freaking out about stuff. She's like, "Why? Oh, I'm sorry, honey. I was.
Cat came to help you calm down.
My kitty has decided that I was.
So, not answering for no, but if Avela was there, her exact response, especially with everything's happened, including the silver-tongued responses and stuff, if one appeared, like say it was Puck, she would somehow find the bat signal to summon Strahd, like, he's here again. He made us take the skull because he made us play a game to fight your mom, and then he made us kill your mom, so he's here again, and, we don't have a plate for you, but here he is. You can kill him. Contract null and void. Yeah.
That's
She would probably do that. If it was Strahd, she would be like, "Oh, you again. Hi. This is how many times now?"
So, I have a completely different outlook from literally everybody in the world.
Uh-oh.
And if Sivanak was here,
Oh no!
I know.
I don't want to know.
Sivanak would agree with me. I believe he would at least.
Everybody run.
I am excited for the path we are walking down. Because I know that while we're walking on this path, we are walking through the pit of snakes. We are walking through the pit of snakes that is literally 1,000-foot drops on each side. I'm excited for the simple fact of this is going to happen. No matter if it's now, no matter if it's a year from now. This is going to happen. And if I'm going to go out, I'm going out on my own terms. I don't want to die in no way, shape, or form. But I'm not going to let Strahd, and I'm not going to let Robin decide whenever that time is. Whenever I get to meet Strahd, and I get to meet Robin again, it is going to be a very glorious day in Noella's eyes. Because that little son of a bitch has something coming to him very, very badly. And as far as Strahd goes, he wants to keep trying to rule over top of my life. And he wants to keep trying to get me to do his bidding for him. However, the only bidding that he is ever going to get from me is the same bidding that his mommy got because whenever I take his ass down, I take his fucking head.
There's something on your face.
That.
It was pain.
All right, and so
And Frank, that was for you, by the way.
so I'm conflicted on the next two questions. So we're gonna let the dice choose. Pork chop, odd or even?
Even.
Evan. So, all right. So the question that we're gonna go with for this one is. So before we started recording, what is one of the funniest moments to happen upon starting the Curse of Strahd?
You already answered that question.
No, like before we start filming, like before the camera starts rolling, the off-camera crap that we do.
Oh.
That was one of mine before we started recording this season.
Oh, my bad. I misread that. That is
Yeah,
my
I
bad.
placed a question first, so this is here. It was just before we recorded, like we had it for YouTube.
Okay, that's my bad.
What was some
I
of the funny
misunderstood.
stuff? No, you're good.
I cannot answer this question.
Like the funniest things that our characters in, or before we turn the cameras off?
I mean, we could do
I was
that.
gonna say, hey, we've kind of talked about what we've done, like before we start or
before we
recording for YouTube.
recorded for YouTube.
So let's go with like one of our funniest ones before we start.
Before we have the cameras rolling, kind of funny stuff.
There's a bunch of stuff that I could say we've done.
We always talk smack on each other.
There's a lot of stuff we could say we've done, but that's the reason why we do it.
We throw
Well, I mean,
shade.
there's a couple things we can get away with.
No.
No, not coming from fucking me.
This is true. We're in the.
Like, you know what? I'm going to take myself out of this question.
Actually, wait.
I'll
On
use-
my camera, here's some of the footage we have of it off camera. This is some of the stuff we have.
For the
Oh, okay.
for Lobby, elaborate is he's holding up a notepad that says "File not found." Error.
Error 404.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is all the footage we got behind the scenes. That's all we got.
Can we go to a different
Yeah,
question?
can we-
Because
All right,
like,
so we'll-
We just act like
All
that
right,
didn't
so
happen.
we'll go to the question that
We're going to
should
get
be asked.
canceled if we start
Yeah.
talking about the shit that I end up
Yeah,
saying.
if you guys want to know, find us in person and we'll tell you.
Oh, for God's sakes.
No.
Don't even do that.
if
Listen, 90% of the
things you
shit
don't
that I
need to
say,
know.
I'm hearing for the first
If-
fucking time anyway. So.
you go to our Facebook page, the D20 Misfits, I or Frank will get a notification for it, and we will answer the question as nicely as possible. To put it mildly,
We're really messed up.
we're fucked up. I'm a veteran, so some of the shit I say is dark military humor.
I've grown up with veterans my entire life.
So his humor's
military.
just as dark.
I was an oil field worker for like 10 years, so
I should have been born in a.
but see,
All
it
right.
was about to go there. It was about to go.
So if you guys are truly curious, check us out on Facebook, the D20 Misfits. Message us. We'll try to be
PG.
as PG as possible because I don't even think NC-17 would cover some of the jokes that we've made.
TVMA even pushing it.
Yep. All right. So
Is
with
there
the
an
clock
X
getting
rated?
down to the
You rated
6 minute
X?
mark, this will probably be the last question of the night. We are getting up against 1 o'clock. If you could change, if you could, or would you change the race, class, or gender of your character, and if you did, why?
If you're starting with me, I want to say absolutely not. I wouldn't change anything about me. I love being a cleric. I love being the female as a cleric. I love the race. I love everything.
All right, I was going to start with you, Pork Chop. So, moving on down the line, Viking.
We have a furry music.
Can't even answer the damn question.
He
No.
changed his race, so it wouldn't necessarily have to
No.
be furry.
I don't think I would.
You wouldn't change any aspect of your character.
If you was a female, I couldn't mess with you.
Yeah,
That's
you
a lie.
would.
I still would.
So no.
All right,
Shrugs.
Shy.
Uh,
You want Havela back.
I I love Havela, but if I could pick, like, if it wasn't for the monk part, and if I didn't lose my memory, honestly, I would roll with the Tiefling again. I love the Tiefling character. It is an interesting one to play. And the last one I had last campaign was a variant with wings. Which, I mean, if something happens to Havela, that might already be in the works anyway. But yeah, if I could do that, I would definitely go back to being that, but being a Tiefling monk or barbarian would definitely be great.
See that? That Arian?
I want Miss back. I spent so much time on her.
Baby, come back.
Where's Tiefling?
Yeah, she's a Pokemon.
And I didn't even get to like
Voice.
broaden her horizons.
I mean,
at all.
Noella could have done that.
I'm sure. I'm sure there would have been a couple of difficulties with
She
Dragonborn,
helped me
but-
with tips and then tip the scales.
All right, Tyler, or how about you?
I did mention earlier that before the Icewind campaign, I wanted to do like an albino Lucifer, not because of the race, but the fact that it's albino is like extremely out there that makes this character more set apart. But for this character, I'm actually very confident, and I kind of like this character as I am. I mean, I do kind of wish I could go for the gem Dragonborn to get that telepathy and gem flight facial traits, but I'm pretty I'm much more like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Satisfied?
Yes, satisfied with my character. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I guess that leaves just me now with Ryo. Oh, I mean, honestly, I don't think I would change anything with him. I mean, I might change. The only thing I'd actually change with him is what his arsenal is. Other than that, I don't think I'd really change anything else up. I mean, just because of the fact of with the way he's played out so far. Things with Sapphires, I wish I could go back and change, but
Yeah,
that's
me too. Like meeting.
ass hat.
No, it's a D20 Misfits hat actually.
You made it.
Anyway, but with Ryo, again, nothing would really change. Maybe his race.
What would you change his race to?
Well, after reading Fizban's, the Drake usually takes on the characteristics of the Dragonborn that you're usually with. So maybe I go with the Dragonborn in that case. If I did, well, I go with the Blue Dragonborn.
Oh.
Yes, because that's what we need. Another Dragonborn.
I mean,
If I had Miss back, we'd have 3.
yeah. Well, it'd either be the Dragonborn, or I'd probably go on in Halfling again.
Listen, we should do something really funny. And make a D&D party of all Dragonborns.
Well, Timber, if you go for a halfling, if you fall down, should we say dip or
However, we can
what would we say if you fall down?
All right, so we're gonna wrap up our normal video here for the night. Thanks for everyone that tuned in, and Frank, Scoob for jumping on for a little bit. However, if you're watching on YouTube Live, we're gonna keep it rolling here for a couple more minutes. It's Tyler. Thanks for jumping on with us again, man.
No
Next
problem.
week we'll be back to our regular scheduled program. Tyler, we're gonna call you up on Facebook here real quick, if you don't mind.
I can just hop in on the YouTube chat.
All right. So we're gonna hop off here, guys. We'll see you next week for episode 31 at Curse of Shadows. Those for the D20 Misfits. I'm Timber. For the rest of the party. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
I look like I was just not carrying an item. Sorry, I was looking through this to see if there's